Good morning and welcome to Sunday Soul Talks. I have a new microphone. So, whoever joins here, you have to help me. I'm hoping this one works and everything is loud and clear. I came on early. Hey, Peter, can you go on your phone and see how I'm doing? See if it's loud? Go on your phone and see how loud and clear, if it's clear. Because no one's here yet. Last week, I had pneumonia. What the? There's a humbling piece of... I've never had an antibiotic in my whole life. Took almost to 62. Is that loud? It's still... It's still... It's not clear. Because it's not crisp.
Of course it is.
I don't know. To me, it doesn't sound crisp and clear. Like it would if I was on my phone. Who's here? Type to me, please. Anyway, the antibiotics, by last Sunday, I was well underway because it was Friday, full day of them Saturday, and the steroid. Sunday was when they wreaked havoc in this body in the form of diarrhea. Sorry if that's TMI. Good morning, Cynthia. Yeah, it feels so good to be back to myself. There's still something lurking in there. After a full week of antibiotic and steroid, plus the inhaler, which I haven't used today. I'm not sure that does anything. But it's good to be back. And there was a lot of, during that time where, because I am a very high energy person, without an energy drink or coffee or anything, I had zero energy. Zero. No energy. I've never felt like that before. Literally none. I didn't care if the next day came or the next minute came. I never felt so miserable inside this body. Miserable. But it turned out to be a really good spot to be in. There seems to be so much clarity since then. Like that whole thing that says, that Shakespeare said, all of this is a stage. Much ado about nothing. And I'm seeing the little dramas, the little me's getting hurt around me, and how it doesn't have to be. Just watching life unfold, being in it, but not of it. It's clarity, like you're disengaged, and all of that can go along, but you don't need to be dragged into it at all. You just stay in joy in yourself. Yesterday at my sister's birthday party, there was, it's not really her birthday, but her husband couldn't surprise her near her birthday, which is in May. She'll be 60. So she's not really 60 yet. But we celebrated it yesterday, and there was so much joy playing cornhole. It was so fun to watch the joy and how infectious it is. And how it's just, okay, so the negativity can be just as catchy, you know, when there's little, and then somebody jumps in and, oh yeah, what? And then there's, but that feels horrible in the body. Horrible if you stop to actually listen or feel what's happening when you're jumping on the bandwagon judging. This whole life journey is about discovering the happiness that is you. Discovering the happiness that is you. Just like you were as a kid. Before you knew there was a world. Before you knew there was a body. Our minds project this body going through this world, of which none of it is real. It's literally projected from our minds. Quantum physics tells us. I don't know if any of you watched What the Bleep. Do we know that came out 25 or more years ago? Talking about how nothing touches anything. This is all projected from each person's mind. And each person is living its own. Everybody's living a different reality, depending on what you're thinking and believing in any given moment. And it's moving, constantly. Moving. And everything that moves and is born and dies, that's not real. That's what's here, seemingly here in this simulation. And this is going to sound like complete rubbish if your mind's not open. Your mind has to be open to what I'm saying, to feel the relief in it, to feel the reality of it. When yesterday being at that party, just watching it all, and watching myself, Matt Vay's girlfriend wanted to see a picture of me, because I used to be blonde, and she couldn't imagine me blonde, so I was looking through my phone for, I don't even know how long I was looking through that phone for pictures. So what I was going through is basically going through my life over the past 5-6 years. Peter's like, you're not being part of... I was my part. My part. When you don't... When you're not in the world, or you're in it but not of it, right now it seems to be very clear that when you're not of it, there's no shame, no guilt, no horrible feelings inside. You're just content in yourself, no matter what's going on. And that little me seems to have disappeared. For now, I don't know if it's coming back. I don't know. I don't want to judge it. I don't want to put any stake in the ground, whether it's here or there or whatever. I just know that the flow is pretty beautiful. It's being calm within, being comfortable within, no matter what situation shows up. Because yesterday Peter says to me, You're not participating. You're so worried about what somebody else would think or say about me. And that's what he said. Excuse me. They've said things about you. So what? If you are okay with you inside, does it matter what somebody else has said about you? Absolutely not. But if you're not okay with who you are inside, find that peace, that joy, that love that you are, it doesn't matter. It doesn't define you. It defines them. Like, right, Cynthia, as Dr. Dyer used to say, it defines them as someone who needs to judge. I cannot tell you the freedom in this. It's like a whole new lease on life. Like a whole new comfortability inside. Hi, Melissa. Come in. I wish this for all. Good morning, Heidi. I wish this for everyone. Everyone. And somebody wrote on my thing last week that when I said, well, first of all, I got a new microphone, and I don't know if it's any better. It seems staticky through Peter's phone. This is ridiculous. Anyway. Somebody wrote underneath my post where I said I had pneumonia. Frick. I had no idea what. I've heard, people had pneumonia. You hear that kicked around. Ooh. I didn't. This body had pneumonia. And it didn't want to do, or there was zero energy. Just to go to the bathroom was ridiculous. Just the thought of going to the bathroom was like, what? The energy it takes on a normal. Good morning, Cheryl. Thank you for being here, you guys. Anyway, as you come to that comfortable ability within yourself, it literally does not matter what's going on outside of you. And if something does hit you as painful, whatever thought, if you could isolate that thought and realize it isn't true. Whatever that thought is that's causing that jolt of contraction in the body, it isn't true. It's designed. It's like, say somebody says something to you. Well, like Peter said yesterday, you're not being part of this. They were playing cornhole, and we were spectators. We were watching. I didn't want to play. So Peter and I both didn't want to play one, and it's just as fun watching, getting right into it, oh my God, just watching the joy. Matthew's girlfriend, she was so full of joy, it was just infectious. But when he said he was so worried about what they would think, I'm on my phone looking for a certain picture, which I never found. But I went through all the memories of our past 6 years since we moved from Maine, came to Florida, and all our journey across the country in our RV. And, oh my God, it was magical. I was having my own dream. Every single person is having their own dream. Everybody, and it's going by what you're thinking and believing it to be. You're seeing what you're believing. And if it bothers you, look at what you're believing. If somebody says something like that was designed, Peter's little thing that he said was designed to cause shame or blame or whatever, or guilt. None of it. I just kept on. There was uh, something was said recently on Friday about him. Oh my God. World War III was going on in his mind. Because that little me, if it hurts when somebody said something, it's only because you're believing it subconsciously and you don't know it. That's why you got to refuse to blame the other person. Refuse. Don't let your mind use that person as a scapegoat. Well, he blah, blah, blah. You're just creating your own hell. Your own personal hell. And the litmus test for if you are loving you, finding that love, that calm, that peace within, is when something like that comes and there's no disturbance in the body. No disturbance. Just relaxed. A relaxed belly. Relaxed shoulders. Relaxed. The minute we wake up in the morning, the little me comes on. All the history, and that's when everything starts within the tightness, the starting of the day, the tightness, the fear. It's basically fear. And the fear is, first there's the belief that I, the little me, is not enough. It's not enough. So there's patterns of thought. How it has to look a certain way, it has to be a certain way, or don't want to disturb anything. And when you can laugh at it, that's the best. When you can laugh at all the shenanigans that go on in your head, that's freedom. Freedom, that is heaven on earth. Literally, heaven on earth. When you can laugh at you. I was a blubbering idiot yesterday. The things that were being said off the cuff by different people, I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard. It was hilarious, the day. So many people saying just off the cuff things that just hit a funny bone in me. And it's the best when you're feeling that calm, that lightness of who you are, who you really are. You feel light, like when Mom died. And she said, you want to know what heaven feels like? Or no, what heaven looks like. And I said, yes! This was the day before she died. The veils were thinning. And she said, it's chrysanthemums and daisies as far as you can see, which she loved, both of them. Flowers were her thing. And I said, how did you feel? And she said, I feel light, because the heavy burden of I have to, or else, or something's wrong with me. That's another one that goes right along with I'm not enough. Something's wrong with me. Have you heard your mind saying that inside? Have you heard it? Listen for it. After you do something. What did I do this week? Oh! I was at a school and there was a bunch of milk, because I've been taking home the milk that's being thrown out, so I bring a cooler with ice. Freaking fill it up. So I didn't have my cooler this day, so I put it in the little fridge in the room. And she's like, sure, whatever. So I wrote myself a note, MILK, in purple marker. Guess where the milk is? Still in that fridge, and I'm not going back to that school because it was not for me. Woo, that was a day. Anyway, yeah. So I heard the thought saying, "What the hell is wrong with you? You left that there. Every once in a while it'll come up and go, Jesus, Law, what the... But it doesn't define me anymore. It's what happened. I wasn't meant to have it, obviously. That's the thing. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. No matter what is happening is meant to happen, and if it didn't, it wasn't meant to. Period. Somebody's not in your life right now, it wasn't meant to be right now. Doesn't mean it's forever. Does not mean that, because the thoughts will come in after being scammed and being deeply depressed. That's another thing. You don't have to label yourself depressed. We go through these deep rests and then come out and go back. It's when you're in the deep rest is when you're growing the most. Can you keep that in the back of your mind? That's when you're growing the most, is during the sad times, the down times. That pain was so insidious. It was so every thought that came by, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, something's wrong with me, I'm stupid. That's another one that's part of the ego. And it's constantly comparing to others, constantly comparing to others and measuring up. You don't measure up, or you measure up better than, which is another trap. Nobody's better than, nobody's less than. We are all going through this, our own life journeys, alone. Literally. No, you could be as close to somebody as possible, and they're not living what you're living. You're living what's going on in your head. They're living what's going on in their head. No two people are alike. Even twins. They might look alike, but they're not living the same experiences. And that's basically what this is about. Experiencing life and experiencing all that pain and suffering to come back to, refuse to let your mind believe you are a victim of someone else. Refuse to let it. They did this to me. 3 fingers are pointing back at you. Nobody's doing anything to you. Nobody is doing anything to you. And that mind is going to fight. Oh, yes, they are. Some part of you knows that that's not true. Some part of you, maybe a little part, but that little part can keep growing. It can just keep growing. Because love, what you really are, the essence of life that you really are, absorbs any negativity. It just absorbs it. I don't want to say deflects. It encompasses it. Just lets it come in and dissipate. All the negativity just dissipate. If it doesn't, then you know you're believing something about yourself that's not true. What are you believing about yourself that isn't true? It hurts. Because it's not true. And your body is your barometer. Your body is what's telling you. Okay, this thought process hurts. Especially if you're, I notice little spats about other people, well, she, blah, 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 blah. I don't partake in any of that. Or if I happen to be the one that they're speaking to, there's a dissipation of it. I'm not the person to be bitching about anybody. Have you gone to the person and said it? Have you gone to them? Have you said your piece? Whether they listen or not, it doesn't matter. Do it for you. Do it for you. Is your pain believably caused by someone else? So if that person isn't in your life anymore, but the pain still is it really about the other person? Is it really the other person? Or is it your thoughts about the other person that's causing you pain? It's the thoughts about the other person. Those thoughts aren't true either. Because there is no past. That's why a baby, you could call it a stupid idiot. Do you think it's going to have a problem? Nope. And it's not going to hold on to, that person called me, because they don't know. Say a toddler. Say my grandson. I called him a stupid idiot. Do you think he's going to look at, he doesn't know either one of those words. And he's not going to carry it. He did this to me. Because there is no memory. There's no past. Babies are now. There's no world. There's no world for a baby. There's no world for us either, but we believe it to be. Whoever is watching the news right now, there's no wonder there's no joy in your life if you're listening to the news and believing everything that's seemingly happening. It's really not. Nothing is happening. Literally nothing is happening, and nothing has happened. Now, we don't use that as spiritual bypassing. It's just to come back to living now. If this body is moved to do something to help a seemingly situation, okay, that will happen. That will be part of the what seemingly is. But if not, that's okay too. Because we aren't these bodies. In this dream that we believe cold-heartedly, the mind created these dreams. Merrily, life is but a dream. We created each dream for our awakening to what we really are. The love, the essence of life that makes these hands move, makes these words come out, makes the wind blow. What's doing that? What's beating your heart? You're not doing that. What's beating your heart? What's growing your nails? What's growing your hair? What's blinking your eyes? What's doing that? Have you ever thought about that? It isn't that little me you believe yourself to be. When you realize the essence of life that you are, you realize there is no separation. You're not separate from any single thing or person. And when you realize that, you can't be separate from them even when they pass. They are you. Everybody is your mirror. Everybody is your mirror. Do you like the mirror you're looking in? Or do you have a problem with the mirror you're looking in? If you have a problem, refuse to blame them. Look back here. Use them for your awakening. Use them to come back to the peace within, like when you were a baby. The disconcern about anything, and it was okay. It's okay for a baby to be disconcerted about whatever's seemingly happening. But when an adult is disconcerted, terrible. It's a terrible person. But if you don't think you're a terrible person, whatever is said doesn't matter. You don't give any fuel to it. You just love them from the pure love that you are, because it absorbs all of that negativity. You can keep on loving no matter where you go. It's like you are the lamp. So say the party yesterday, all these people all over the place. You're the lamp. And the rest of them have forgotten the lamp that they are. And as you get near them, the light shades on them, and they remember. They remember the lamp that they are. Even for a brief second. But they feel it. That's love. That's real love. Not you have to be a certain way for me to love you. You can't say certain things for me, or if he said that to me, but I can't love him. That's conditional love. That's what we're all taught. That's what we're all taught, is conditional love. Jeez, I guess it's going to be windy at the beach today. Holy. Anyway, we're taught that. So, do not blame yourself for anything you're feeling, or don't let your mind blame you. Literally, we are all indoctrinated into this dream we call reality that isn't real. It literally isn't real, but you can't hear that through the ego mind. It has to become experiential. Because I don't know if you guys know The Matrix. Ever watched The Matrix? It's a documentary, not a movie. It's not fantasy, it's reality. The spoon bending part, where the spoon bends, and she doesn't say how she did it. She said, the spoon isn't really there. If you haven't watched The Matrix, watch that again. That is a powerful movie. Powerful. I'm wondering if you're hearing this wind through that microphone. Anybody? Is it distracting? It's pretty freaking windy out here. But it's beautiful. Beach day today. Seems like church is over. Church. No wind. Thank you, Cynthia. Awesome. Okay. Does it seem clearer or no different? You know what? I should unplug the thing and find out if I even need it. Okay. So you guys are hearing me. Actually, when I play it back, I'll hear it. I'm going to shut it off. I wonder if there's a volume thing on it, but it just keeps turning and turning. I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to shut it off. I think that's off. I'm going to unplug it. See what happens. Alright, it's not as easy to unplug as I thought. I'm just going to unplug the thing from... The sound is clear and better today. Oh, it's better.